Welcome to n00Bart. This is an app built for those who are new to BART. And so when you're new to something, a lot of the times you want to ask a lot of questions. So all of the buttons on the home screen are formatted as questions as to answer the user's questions about writing BART. So the first question is, how do I buy or use a ticket? And there's a infographic on the side, which is like information just so that it gives another graphical representation of the question. So once you click into that, you're led to this step-by-step instruction screen where the user can look at pictures of the instruction. So for example, this one's like find the ticketing kiosk machines, they look like this. And then they can scroll through all the various instructions that lead them step by step through buying a ticket. And so also when it comes to the very confusing buying screen, it also gives the user instructions, explicit instructions like push A to pay with cash, push B to pay with credit debit, push C to add value to existing ticket, push D to add value to your Clipper card. And so essentially it just step by step leads the user through every step of the way so that they won't get lost. And here we're at step 6 where it's take your receipt, change and receipt, ticket, change and receipt. And then it also talks about entering the station. And at the end, it ends with happy travels. And so now if we go back to the home screen, we can take a look at the second screen, which is where can I go? And there's a map on the side here showing that, oh, it's going to be a map that comes up. So here's a map, and it should be zoomable, but here, since it's controlled by mouse and not by touch, I can't show you the zoomable feature there. So let's go back and go to now trip costs. So fare calculations is something that's fairly important because people always want to know how much their trip is going to cost. So if we go to that screen, so the user can type in an origin and a destination. And so say I want to go from downtown Berkeley, and notice how there's an autocomplete that the user selects, and there's also an instruction on the top that says please type in your desired stations and select from the drop-down menu. So what's kind of cool about the autocomplete is that it has a threshold of 1, which means that if the person doesn't really know the name but kind of wants to explore, it also allows for that, because just by typing in one letter, the user is given a list of suggestions. So I typed in a U, Union City. So let's see how much going from downtown Berkeley to Union City is. So I can press calculate the cost, and so it tells me that for one way it's $4.05 and round trip it's $8.10. So this is kind of nice to have one way and round trip, because a lot of the times you want to buy a BART ticket for both ways so that you don't have to go to the ticket kiosk twice. And so this is fare calculation. And then if we go to when will the next train leave, so let's just click on this. And then using the emulator, I had previously inputted some GPS coordinates. So what the user simply has to do is, it says here, the closest station to your current location is, click button below to find out. So this button is located here at the bottom, because I'm thinking that people are usually probably holding their phones, and so having a button at the bottom is a lot easier for them to press. And so this, now if we click on this, tells us that San Leandro is the closest station, and there's a train to Daly City that's leaving in 6 minutes, 25 minutes, and 45 minutes. And here is a list of all the destination locations from San Leandro and their times. And so this list is generated here. And so if you, as you can see, The color scheme of this app is blue, white, and black and gray, which is similar to the BART logo. And that's basically new BART, which allows new users of BART to find their way around. All right, thanks.